Once again, I'm back here again with another deck profile, this time with a Shadow Paladin Luard deck. So yeah, so let's get started. So for starter, I play Creeping Dark Goat because there's really no other starter you can play at this point that is as consistent as him. What he does is Chaos 1, move your soul, search your top 5 cards of your deck for grade 3 and add it to your hand. So it's basically just here to help you search out your Luards because he's the main great shot of the deck. So yeah, just play him. Next we run 4 drag card Luard. What he does is his first skill is Ritual Tree. At the beginning of your right phase, you can send out 2 normal unit back into your deck from drop zone, and you can strike for free. So basically, what Ritual Tree is means you have to have 3 or more grade 1s in your drop zone to activate the ability. So normally when you first strike him, you can't reactivate. It's only like after your second strike, then most probably you have enough to activate the second ability. So yeah, it's a very powerful card, free strike, and you can return stuff back. Yeah, it's very value. Run 3 of this. Next grade 3, the Fala, I think that's the name. What she does is when she plays on Vanguard Shadow circles, counterblast 1, search your deck for 2 grade 0s and call it out. So she's very good in helping set up your field for maybe, for example, for Aura Gazer turns. Or if you're playing against some other control decks and they burn out rear guards and you can't use Luard strike skill. Oh, by the way, Luard strike skill is when somebody strikes, you may counterblast 1 to retire a rear guard and superior call 2 grade 1 lower cards from your deck. So they're very good, but you still need to have a rear guard remaining on your field. So if you don't have it, she's here to help you get your 3 rear guards out, and you can super call 2 Belial Hours, so you can retire them. So these are my grade 3s. Okay. So for grade 2s, first thing I'm running around 3 10k base. I found after much testing that you don't need play 4 because there are other better grade 2s in the deck they may want to run, but I still run 3 because the main weakness of this generation grade decks is when people rush you down, it's a bit hard to come back from there. But so if you ride him, the chance of you surviving the early game against some decks will be more higher. Against Blaster, for example, if they Liu and Bakao you, that's a 19k column. With a 10k base, you can cut for 10k. So yeah, it's very good against some matchups. Other than that, he's just a 10k attacker. And yeah, it's pure very annoying for an opponent to attack cause normally their rear guard will be 9k alone. And next we run 4 Drag Wizard Morfessa. She's a very powerful attacker, probably one of the main attackers in this deck. What she does is Ritual Tree, she gains plus 5k when she attacks a Vanguard, and she gains a new skill. When attack hits, you may counter one superior call grade 1. So it applies a lot of pressure. So it's either opponent don't guard, or if they don't guard it, yeah, you can get to superior call grade 1, which is pretty good. So next, the last grade 2 slots are mainly my sort of tech cards. We run 2 Grandpa Roms. What it does is when grade 1 or lower card is superior card, there is lower grade than him, he gains plus 3 down power. So it's stacked. So if you have him on the field, and then you strike break with Luard, he gains a lot of power basically during that turn, so you can finish your opponent off. But I don't run 4 cause I don't play the loop version of the deck, and sometimes if you play 4, you may find yourself over committing to his effects. So yeah, I just run 2. Just run 2 of this card. Some people don't really like this card. I think this card is okay. What he does is Soul Blast 1, retire a card in the same corner as this, and you can draw a card. Yeah, GB1. So yeah, by the way, Morfessa, him is GB1. And his second skill is Ritual Tree. When he attacks a Vanguard, he gains plus 3000 power, so no plus 2000 power, so he makes an 11k attacker, which is good for hitting alone. Just in case, because you don't want to waste your Morfessa just for 5k guard when she can become a potential 15k guard. So yeah. So that's it for grade 2s. Next for consents, we run 4 of the not really new, the OP Shadow Paladin Kanzen. What she does is So it's a normal cancel, so you can discard a card to perfect guard opponent's attack. But what makes her a very powerful card is her second skill. When you have 2 of her, you need to have at least 2 of her in the drop zone. What you can do is retire one of your rear guards, put 1 to the bottom and put 1 to your hand. So it's just a very powerful card because you're guaranteed almost like at least 1 perfect guard every single turn. And with this deck, you may actually just want to ride her for the potential to be able to search out concerns, like to actually add concern to your hand. So yeah, and once you get very familiar with this deck, you can basically loop your concerns around very easily. Now, we want to run is for Abyssal Hour. It's also a very broken card. What it does is, okay, her first ability is when he's placed on rear guard from the hand, so you must place him from the hand. Check the top 7 for cards for a card with Luard and the card name and discard up to a total sum of 3. So basically, you either discard 1 grade 3 or 1 grade 2 and 1 grade 1 or 3 grade 1s. So it's just say how you search out Luard just in case your grade 3 searcher fears you. And yeah, his second ability is what makes this card very good, is when he's retired and you have Ritual 3, you get Unfleet 1. So it's your main counter charging engine for the deck, and there's a lot of combos you can do that you can manipulate your stuff. I'm not sure of the Shadow deck card. I think this card is also a staple in Luard decks, at least in pure ritual decks. What it does is, when she superior card from the deck to the field, she gains +2 power at Ritual 3, GB1. No. Oh, the first skill is not GB1, it's just Ritual 3. And second skill is GB1, when she boosts a card, and at the end of the attack, you may counter blast on to retire a card in the same color as her and draw a card. So then in case you have a few, like for example you have 1 Vanguard Hour in front, after she attacks you can burn the Vanguard Hour and you can actually draw a card. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff you can do. So next I run 2 Sword Breakers, because Sword Breakers are actually very important in this deck. So you can actually Soul Blast your cards out, and yeah, Soul Blast your grade 1s out to make Ritual 3, and yeah, she's just very convenient to have at your disposal if you need it. So you run 2, because by running 1, you may risk having 1 check into the damage zone. And lastly, we run 2 Strider, because even though this deck can strike for free, the first time you strike you still have to discard grade 3, so run her just for the consistency. Yeah. So this is grade 1s. And for trigger, obviously 4 of this rely our crits. Yeah, so this card is very, it's probably like the card that makes this deck so powerful. What she does is, his GB1 is that Ritual 3 at the end of every turn, you can send him to the bottom of the deck. So either if you have 3 of him, you can send all 3 to the bottom of the deck if you have Ritual 3 at the end of the turn. And second skill is when this card is retired, you can draw a card. So with this deck, you retire a lot of stuff with a lot of your cards in combo. You can draw a bunch of cards in like that 1 turn. So yeah. And next we run for the Night Eagle crits, cause yeah, these crits look very nice. And okay, for the other triggers, you run 2 of these 10 triggers, because I find these 10 triggers actually very convenient at times. What it does is she's treated as 2 rear guards at GB1, and after she's been retired, you can send her back to your deck and shuffle your deck. So here after you shuffle your deck, which is a good point, and plus she goes back to your deck. So pretty good. You run 2 draw triggers. Break the Maga clone, because sometimes she put to the soul and give out units plus 3k. Very good, so this deck uses a lot of soul, and there's no way you can soul charge with this deck, except yeah, so you gotta play him just in case you really need the extra soul. Yeah, and we run 4 of this heal. This heal actually has an effect. Basically, if you G Guardian, you can discard a card, draw a card. So yeah. So for my strikes, I'm running. Okay, let's start with the. Okay, first we run 2 Phantom Blaster Diablos. Very powerful in the mirror match, and it's just a very good card to have in general against some other decks as well. What it does is counter blast 1, flip, copy yourself face up, and you have 2 or more cards in the G zone, he gets plus 10k 1 crit. And a new skill, when he attacks, you may retire 3 rear guards. If you do, opponent has to discard, to retire 2 of his own rear guards, or he can't guard the attack. So, yeah, you can probably just kill opponent if they forget about this card in your G zone. Yeah. And run 2, Spectral Blaster. Is the restander of the deck. What he does is, so at your main phase, Soul Blast 1, retire 1 of your rear guards, and he gets a skill. After this, he attacks. Combats 2, retire 2 rear guards, restand him, and he gets -2 drive check. So, yeah, but he also has a second part of the skill is that when you get for Vanguard Diablo, you can Superior Call grade 1. So, but this deck you don't run any Diablo big hard, so yeah. So these are your sort of like your finishers. Now for the utility cards, we run 2 Aura Gazer Doom. This card is amazing in this deck because he can help you farm for a lot of value. Because in this deck you actually gain pluses when retiring stuff, for example through Villa Hour and Abyss Hour. So what he does is combats 1, flip a copy of Aura Gazer Dragon face up, you flip him, not flip himself. You retire 3 of your rear guards. If you do, check the top 2 cards of your deck. For each grade 1 of Luard, retire 1 of your opponent's rear guards. So if you check 2, you can retire 2. If you check 1, retire 1. So it's a very good card to have to retire, and it's probably your first strike. Yeah, it's a very powerful first strike. And I also run 3 Aura Gazer Dragons. You don't really need 4. Yeah, because you just don't really need 4. What he does is, when he attacks, you may counter 1 and Soul Blast 1, Persona flip himself, and retire 2 rear guards and check the top 2 cards for each grade 1 or lower card. He gains plus 5,000 power. Yeah, so I mean he can be good if your opponent has no rear guards, I guess, but normally you don't ever strike into him. So yeah, it's basically just fuel for your 2. Cause yeah, and for the utility of these 3 tech tracks, you run 1 Carnival Dragon. What he does is, this skill is an activated ability. You retire 1 of your rear guards, and your opponent has to retire 2 rear guards. If they can't retire 2, your front row gains 4k. So if your opponent has 1 rear guard, he retires that rear guard, and your whole front row still gains plus 4 down power. So it's a very good card because it forces the opponent to retire stuff. So if you know they have, because sometimes Doom can be a bit unreliable, so if they have that very annoying rear guard, you definitely need to get rid of. It's a very decent option to first strike into. Next, you play 1 Ogma, because I think Ogma is a very good cool card. What he does is counter Soul Blast 1, retire all of your grade 1 cards, and for each card you retire, your opponent either chooses his rear guards or discard card in his hand amount to the amount of rear guards you retire. So if you retire 3, he has to either retire 3 of his rear guards or discard 3 cards, or they can mix. So it's just a very good feel for good utility card for disruption. And second skill, if the amount of cards retired from rear guard from both players is 3 or more, you can draw a card. So yeah. And next we run 1 GB8, because I think this GB8 is actually very, very powerful. What he does is counters 1, retire all of your rear guards, and for each card you retire, search the deck for grade 1 and call out, and all of them gain 15,000, and for each call you can retire 1 of your opponent's rear guards. So essentially it's just here for your finisher, because this deck can flip out very fast. Yeah, but if you're going to bring this at the automa, I suggest you may want to take out Ogma out for a series. So yeah. And strikes, you run 1 of her. I don't really use the effect, but if you need to use her skill is GB1, so you may send 2 grade 1 cards to the from your field to the Guardian Circle, and if 2 of them are sent, you get a draw card. So he's just here just in case. Or you can play the Create Elemental and run 3 Plot Maker Dragon. This card is probably one of the best Chi Guardians in the game. What it does, you reach your Chi, he gains plus 10k shoe, so it's very simple. So yeah, so all in all, this deck is actually a very, very powerful deck. It's been topping around Asia for a very long time now. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed deck profiles. Thank you. and